Welcome. Follow me, I have the ZTE Nubia Focus 2 Ultra, and today I'll be going for unboxing along with a quick look at the device, its specifications, and my general opinions about the device, and particularly I will have a lot to say about the marketing here. So, before I get into the box itself and open it up, I want to really start right here because I'm already getting tilted by this shit. So, outside of just the most garbage AI sticker right here, that honestly makes me not want to use the device because I just genuinely despise this dog shit, we have other things that piss me even more off than the AI sticker. And that would be the blatant misinformations and lying on the box itself with this bullshit sticker. We have 512 gigabytes of RAM or ROM, aka storage, and 20 gigabytes of RAM with the asterisks. Like, you're supposed to know what the fuck this is. There is no asterisk to RAM. Either it's RAM or it's not. The name RAM stands for random access memory. Now, if it's that, then it's that. If it's not, there is no asterisk that is going to save it. It's either this or not this. So, as you can probably tell, I absolutely despise this bullshit because it's designed to misinform people, and a lot of people don't really know what this is. They don't know how it benefits you. They don't know really what this is. So telling you that you have 20 gigabytes of it, how the shit are you supposed to know better? It's not like it's your field of expertise maybe that would tell you what this is, right? And the company tells you, hey, we have 20 gigs of this thing that's supposed to make the device run better. But we don't actually. And what I hate even more is the fact that this RAM is basically being taken 12 gigs of it from storage. So both of these informations are wrong. You don't have 512 gigs of storage or ROM because 12 gigs of it is going to be converted into something that it's not in reality. So you don't have accessible this much amount of it. Well, technically you never do, because it's literally right here, 12 gigs of it. So you have 500 at best. And again, 20 gigs? No, you don't. You have something that has been turned into this amalgamation, this husk of something that it's not supposed to be, called RAM, and it's going to work like shit when it's being used for that purpose. The reason computers don't have terabytes of it, because we sure should have terabytes of storage on our computers, but we never convert them to memory, is because it's absolute ass. And on top of that, random access memory is basically being used constantly. It's being rewritten, reused way too often. And flash storage, aka whatever we have right here, degrades from being written over multitude of times. So it only has certain amount of times it can be done to, rewritten. After that, it basically starts to malfunction and won't work. So you're converting storage into something that it was not designed to, that it's gonna basically damage your phone over time. Fantastic logic here. Great, go F yourself with this trash. So yeah, I hate this. I genuinely despise this kind of logic. I feel like it should be literally illegal to do this marketing kind of thing. And I genuinely also discourage people from buying phones that do this bullshit. Because if they're trying to mislead you here, how are you supposed to know what else are they going to be misleading you about? AI cameras? What the fuck does that mean? Does it really use AI maybe? Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. They already tried to lie about one thing. Now, in here, we got Ultra Sensor AI camera, which, like I mentioned, means absolutely F all to me. Next, we have the unique rotatable... What? Oh, great. We have a rotating ring. What is that? A fidget spinner? Rotating lens ring. I guess I'm going to set it up and see. Moving on, we have a 6.8 inches, 120 hertz refresh rate, full HD plus AMOLED display. Now, plus means absolutely full. It's a 1440p resolution at 120 hertz, which isn't bad. So I don't have problems here. This is a good display. Why is there an asterisk again? Either you have 5,000 or you don't. Whatever. I can't. This kind of marketing bullshit just annoys the shit out of me. So supposedly we have maybe 5,000 milliamp hour battery. Who knows? We're not going to be popping it open to find that out. Battery fast charging. Cool. Fast charging meaning 33 watts. So anyway, let's just yoink that to the side. Power it on, and also take a look. We do get a included screen protector, plastic one, that instead of being applied is separate. For some reason, ZTE thinks that this is okay, giving you this but separate from, instead of being applied out of the factory onto the display. No, they're just leaving that to you so you can fuck it up yourself. And you will do that. These are almost impossible to put on perfectly on like they are in the factory. So great, thanks. I can literally throw that to the trash because otherwise it's just useless. I might as well just go ahead and buy tempered glass because at least that can be put on correctly, unlike the plastic filth that you just included. So anyway, talking about polluting with plastic. We also have a plastic case, hard shell. That is a good one though. I do like the fact that it comes included. It's matte, so either you like it or you don't. Honestly, I do prefer the matte one. Makes it smudges are less visible than on a clear plastic, so this is good. And then we get our SIM ejector, 40 hours of battery life. Well, let's round it up to 41, which is the energy efficiency from European Union that is obligated to be included now. And we have our Type-C to Type-C cable with no provided charger. Anyway, moving on. Let's boot up the device. Oh, actually, I already booted up. So, we actually have a bunch of things happening all around the phone. So, let's actually start from the beginning where I usually do, which is the display. Like I mentioned, 6.8. Never mind, it's not 1440p, it's 1080p. Excuse me. Nope, that's not the phone. There we go. Oh, Full HD Plus, sorry, not Ultra HD. So I was wrong. Now the plus means, again, still FL because it's 1080p. That's what it is. 1080p is Full HD. Just because it has a little bit of a wonky resolution with aspect ratio doesn't really, I would say, make it plus, but hey, whatever you can bullshit your way into, that's fine. So AMOLED display, 120 Hz refresh rate with a 2800 peak brightness, which is good. The display right here genuinely is good. There is no need to try to put asterisks or any other bullshit. It's a good display. Just say that it's a 1080p display and move on, AMOLED. And I will be satisfied. Now let's take a look at the camera. So the device looks like it has dual camera setup at a glance, though it tries to make you think that it has a triple camera setup. And okay, I was correct checking at the specifications. So we have a 50 megapixel 1.5 aperture 24mm wide lens and 5 megapixel ultra wide. Now these cameras can do 4K 30, that's pretty decent, and 1080p also only 30 frames, that's a little bit less decent. While the selfie right here houses a 32 megapixel 1080p 30 frames wide sensor. So camera wise it's okay, nothing really to write home about, specifically at the price that they're selling this device at. We do have a dedicated camera button, which is pretty interesting right here, so you can just kind of double press it or press it single to launch it, take photos when you're holding it like this. So it's a pretty nice feature right here. We also have a slider. Oh god, that okay, now it's moving a little bit better. It literally felt like there's glue in there. Like I'm literally crunching through something. Okay, I guess it is a budget device by Nubia standard, I would say. Now I'm not sure, actually let's just quickly go to the setup. I want to know if this specific fidget spinner has any kind of use case scenario, or if it's there just as a fidget spinner. It's a pretty good fidget spinner, not gonna lie. Come on. Okay, get started. Come on. Open up camera. Yes, accept. It does have use case scenario. So it's a zoom. At least by default. Okay. So that's actually pretty decent design. I do kind of like this, more than I would have expected it to. So I do have to give it props. Cool design right here for zooming in, possibly maybe doing other things, as well as having a dedicated button for taking photos. That is a little bit better positioned rather than pressing volume buttons, as most phones allow you to use volume buttons to do the same thing. Now, moving on, let's talk about the internals. So this device has a 5000 mAh battery, 33 watts of charging in terms of speed, 8 gigabytes of RAM, not the 20 that they're bullshitting their way into, and a Unisoc T8100 processor. Honestly, kind of falls apart right here. I'm gonna quickly check this though. And the processor, that is one thing that I just need to double check. So the reason I'm checking this more thoroughly is because this specific device isn't cheap for what it offers at the moment. So I want to know if this processor is oh boy, it is shittier. Holy crap, it is like decently shittier. Oof, that's a big yikes there. Is this phone like old? And nope. Okay, it's as old as the other phone that I would be comparing it to. Okay, so in general, because I went through all the specifications, build quality here is just plastic, as you would expect. The bulk of the price, I feel like, comes from the additions of the fidget / zoom wheel right here. The satisfying clicking noise, by the way. So that's pretty good. And we have also the power button. Now, I wouldn't say that the power button here is such a, value to basically jack up the price by $70 freaking or even more. So in general, I feel like this phone is actually overpriced at, so what is it, 270 or let's just round it out to 200, even because at that point it's basically competing against the phone that I will be recommending while still being shittier. And that is supposedly based on GSM Arena pricing listing. It's still supposedly more expensive than the other device. So the phone that I am talking about is the CMF Phone 2 Pro. It's literally what I always glaze because it is a absolute banger of a phone in terms of value for money. Costs $200 and offers faster processor, better cameras, basically the better display, same kind of battery and charging speed, and in general, the two things that will be the most important, which is cameras and performance of the device, are the ones that are massively improved. And that all for the same price, if not lower, is a obviously no-brainer. You should go for that device if you have the option over this one, unless you really somehow rely on this fidget spinner right here for zooming in and camera button to take photos. If this is something that you don't really see that much value and you prefer to have a faster, snappier phone that takes better photos, videos, then I highly recommend checking out the CMF Phone 2 Pro. So anyway, that's about it. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.